Good Monday afternoon. I have just returned from two lengthy meetings, one with the Academic Affairs team for a couple of hours, and secondly from an hour-long meeting with Dr. Jeff Ryan, President Killingsworth, and others on the university-wide and community-wide task force regarding COVID-19, the coronavirus, and including representatives from EMA and RMC and other organizations and partners. And I've learned some things, but the purpose of this video right now is to inform you, and this is only really for department heads, directors, and secretaries, for your information, and for you as department heads to pass this on to your faculty. We are planning to be able to have the capacity to move all instruction to an online environment. There are three types of classes taking place right now. One, completely online courses. Two, hybrid courses with some online content and some campus content. And third, completely campus-based and face-to-face classes. Those who teach completely online and those who teach hybrid courses should have very little difficulty in moving the course to a completely online environment should that become necessary. Some of you who offer classes on campus and are completely face-to-face may think that you have difficulty in placing those courses online. There's several of those across the campus, not only here in this building, such as counseling, but others. I have two suggestions there. Number one, be creative. Go investigate what other institutions who have completely online programs are doing. Talk to a friend, call someone, email a colleague at another institution, and find out how they accomplish with academic integrity and meeting all standards, how they accomplish a course in a completely online environment. Many are doing it, so we need to find out with best practices how they are doing that. Remember, secondly, this is only preparation. We have not been told to put classes online as yet, but that possibility is evolving as time goes by. For example, we might get a mandate late Friday afternoon this week or the Friday before spring break next week that effective on Monday following, all of our instruction will be online for the rest of the term. We need to be able to do that within just a couple of days and continue on with instruction. Now, those who teach face-to-face and have programs that believe it would be absolutely impossible to put them online have the options that were available after the tornado 2 years ago. That is, students could, you can give them the grade. Don't give them the option now. Don't give the student the option. But the student could get the grade that they have earned up into this point because you have no way of delivering instruction if the campus closes afterwards. Or secondly, they could take an incomplete if that is the case. Just remember that incomplete grades have an impact on financial aid. All right, so we need to be preparing that. Every class has a course shell in Canvas. Many of you have nothing in those course shells. You need to be placing, the faculty need to be placing content in those course shells and descriptions, whatever syllabi, whatever needs to be done, and have them ready to go if we need to make that transfer. Also, if you need to give a final exam and it be a proctored exam, the university is going to be paying for the proctoring of those final exams if they're given online. So you need to let me know, let your department head, and then let me know if so I can get a number to Chris Casey and Dr. Walsh about how many licenses we might need to have proctored exams on the final exam. Now remember, this is not a definite thing, but we do have to be prepared to do that. Many institutions have already gone to an online environment nationwide. Harvard and many, many other notable institutions, Stanford University, have already placed things online. So be prepared to do that. We have resources, that is, person within the School of Education who are experts in online delivery. We believe that we can mentor and assist one another in programs and departments without having to call upon Chris Casey, Chris Inman, and the distance learning people. We believe that we lead the way in pedagogy and instruction regardless of the delivery platform, and we can handle this internally with assistance that we may need to provide. So if your faculty have reservations and feel that they don't know how to put a course online, let us know, and we will find a resource to sit down with them and help them make that transition. And we need to be doing that this week. Also, we're looking forward to summer and fall. If you, as a department head, deem that there are courses that can be placed online ahead of time now for the summer, then you need to go ahead, and your secretary needs to change the format and put that course into an online platform. It's much easier to do that ahead of time, and ahead of time means before Friday of this week, because Friday is the day registration opens. After that, it becomes a much more manual process for the registrar's office to change the platform, though it certainly can be done. So that is the mandate for the hour, and you need to pass that on to faculty and talk to them. Certainly, I invite any of their questions or yours at any time. I want to meet with you as department heads and directors tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday, at 1 o'clock in the Dean's Conference Room, when I will have a narrative of a continuity plan for instruction that I've been required to put together by the provost, and we have to turn that in to the administration by Friday of this week. So I want to run that by you and actually get your input and help me develop that tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. The good news is there are no confirmed cases in the state of Alabama. There have only been 12 tests that have been performed in the state of Alabama. 10 of those were negative. 2 were contingent and uncertain, but believed that because they were packaged incorrectly or taken incorrectly, that they probably, or there was not an accurate read on them, but they were not positive. And so we believe that there will be a good outcome, and this will be a short-lived situation, and we urge you to remain calm and not to panic. Many considerations are in effect right now, perhaps extending spring break, giving administrative leave, shutting the campus down for a week or more, certainly at spring, totally shutting it down, ghost town, with the exception of perhaps housing some international students during the week of spring break. A lot of things like that are under consideration, and we will receive further information about that shortly. Also, there will be forthcoming an announcement about prohibiting, not sponsoring any interstate travel except what is essential across the country, within this country. There probably will be an announcement coming out about that shortly too. I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible, but I want you to be able to pass on to faculty or be able to answer questions adequately. The last thing I want to say is to repeat. We are not going completely online yet. We do not know when or if that will become necessary, but we need to prepare for it just as many others are at this particular time. Thank you for listening, and I'm providing this to Dr. Bavanese and Dr. Sims, who are off campus, so that they can completely be in the loop with all of our discussions. Have a good afternoon.